What's good, y'all? What's good? What's goody good? All right, man. Happy weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Those are my favorite times to come on live because it's the weekend. We had a lot of good action going on today. Going to talk about Dallas Mavericks suffering a loss at the hands of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler had 35 today and went off. Bust Luka up, show him something dangerous. Yeah, man, a lot of boxing was on today. Joshua Jackson won his match. Now maybe he gets a fight against Tyson Fury. Good boxing fight. I'm going to talk my Knicks today, too, because we beat the Cavaliers this week, which was a good win. Playoffs around the corner. Playing around the corner. Going to talk a little bit of Lakers. I told you so. I told you so. Congratulations. Salute. See you later. Only one person, mostly on the tube, in this community, been holding the Lakers accountable, and that's me. All year long, I judged them the correct, right way. I held them to the standards of what they were, which was elite basketball players, right? You can't have two top 5 or two top 10 players in the world on the same team and hold them for no accountability whatsoever. It don't go that way. Life don't work that way. When they win, they get all the credit. When they lose, they're going to get all the credit. And if they do make the postseason like they're supposed to, because technically they're supposed to be a 5th seed. Even before the Russell Westbrook trade, they were losing close games. They're supposed to be a 4th seed. They didn't play defense. Defense is about effort. They were lazy. LeBron James was stat padding to break a record. If he wasn't doing that, he was just looking to play basketball, there's no doubt in my mind they'd probably be a 4th seed. You could have broke the record and be a 4th seed and be an MVP candidate. You tell me which one sounds better. Now that they're winning, all of a sudden everybody is saying, oh, the Lakers going to win a championship. They title contenders. I'm not shocked about them winning because I'm right. I was always right about them. Lakers winning games is no surprise to me because they're supposed to win games. 2 top 10 players automatically make you a playoff contending team. If you have 2 of the best players in the world on your team, I don't care if they're playing with me and you. They're supposed to be a playoff contender at best. You don't get to put up big time numbers or play average close to 30 points a game, and your other guy averaging 27 and shooting 50% from the field and not get held accountable for it. You blow it. You lost a lot of games on your own damn self. Nobody to blame but yourself. Accountability is a motherfucker, but nobody wants to take accountability for it. Take accountability. You're supposed to be a playoff contending team. And not only that, you are supposed to be a 5th seed, a 4th seed, easily. Now, what the Lakers do in the postseason, I don't know. But I tell you this much, they're going to get held accountable. If they could go on and win a championship, then that's a different story for a different day. I tell you what that means for all of them, Anthony Davis and LeBron. Because if those guys winning games, you know who gets a bulk of the credit? Anthony Davis and LeBron James. 2 superstars. Anthony Davis was a superstar before LeBron got there. He was an MVP candidate. He was a franchise player. He was a top 5 player in the world. Period. A guy like me would never be wrong when it pertains to stuff like that, because rather the Lakers win, I still win because I told you so. If they lose and I criticize them, I hit you with another I told you so, because I get the right to judge players that's supposed to be elite that are losing. Period. That's just how it goes. So rather than win or lose, they're going to get judged correctly by me. Period. You know? Yeah. What's up, G Money? Thank you for bringing up the Mavericks. I want to talk about them. Jimmy Butler bust their ass. This Kyrie Irving and Luka experiment is almost coming to an end. And you know what? It's going to be hell have to pay in Dallas. It's going to be hell up in Dallas because somebody got to be held accountable for these losses. Luka said he's unhappy playing with Kyrie Irving. Okay? You got to read between the lines. I don't give a fuck about that so-called personal stuff. You unhappy because you playing with Kyrie Irving. You must think that they don't gel well. Yeah, Miami Heat playing good, G Money. But you know this week my Knicks beat the Cavaliers. We beat them kind of convincingly. I think we could bring those guys to 7 games. We could potentially beat the Cavaliers. We could potentially beat them. We could take them out. I honestly believe we could take them out. You know? It's the Philly, the P, the H, the I, the L, the Y. Philly is PA. They're going to give us problems. Them boys from Philly. All right? And them boys from Milwaukee, the key. Like my man Greek Freak would say. You know? The Knicks are deep, but they're deep with role players and like secondary all-stars. They're not going to go that far. But they could get out the first round. You know, they could get out the first round, I think. Potentially, they could get out the first round. They're not going to win the title because they can't beat the Milwaukee. They can't beat Boston. They can't beat 76ers. They can't beat 3 teams. Ain't going to work. They're not title contenders. You know, it is what it is. There's only 3 title contenders in the East. That's it. 2 really, and a third is a wild card, which is the 76ers. Joel Embiid has yet to prove that he could come through in the postseason. He's shown no history of that he could win in the postseason. Period. You say, oh, Joel Embiid's having an MVP season. What else is new? He has an MVP season every year. What has he done in the postseason? He didn't win nothing in the postseason yet. Yeah, we're in the middle. We're in NBA. You know, exactly. I said that a thousand times. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, it is what it is. We're not going anywhere with the Knicks. They're just right there in the middle. They're not good enough to win the championship, but they're not bad enough to not make the playoffs. We're just in the middle. You know, we're stuck in that damn rock in a hard place. You know, we desperately need a superstar and a guy to build around that, but we don't have that. We got a lot of good pieces, but we don't got a superstar. But that's not a problem the Lakers have. The Lakers got solid role players, and they got 2 superstars, not 1, but 2 of them. If that's not enough to win a championship, then what is? The Lakers are title contenders, by the way. They always was. That's why I judged them and rated them and criticized them as title contenders. Because I told all of y'all that the Lakers are going to the postseason, and they will go to the postseason. I will stand correct. I am undefeated, especially when it comes to rating elite basketball players and giving them the proper criticism they deserve. I never went overboard on my criticism on LeBron. I called him out for the bullshit he was doing. Simple. He's supposed to be winning games. He's arguably one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and you're still playing at a high level? There's no excuse for you to be losing, period. I know, right? We're supposed to get Zion, too. That hurts, but I'm kind of glad we don't get Zion because Zion's injury prone in his young career. He just fucked up the whole New Orleans franchise. Them guys could have been in the playoffs. Now, if the New Orleans Pelicans was healthy, that'd be a team the Lakers would have to deal with. Maybe they won't be in the position they are at right now. Maybe the Pelicans would have been the 7th seed and not the Lakers. That still don't change the fact that they're going to get judged like elite basketball players. How the fuck you going to say LeBron a top 10 player or a top 5 player and he ain't winning? Elite players supposed to go to the postseason. I know that much, period. I don't care if they're playing with Larry, Curly, and Mo. I don't care if they're playing with a bunch of D-leaguers. You get your ass in the postseason, period. Drew Holiday dropped 50, and then they turn around and get their ass beat by the Boston Celtics. Now, for all of you thinking that blowout meant something, I'm going to hit you with a news flash. That blowout don't mean a damn thing that the Boston Celtics is going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. That's not the defining thing that's going to be that be all right? That doesn't mean that you're going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks very convincingly. It's going to be a best of 7. It may go 7 games. Don't sleep on that. On that same day that the Lakers actually beat, what team was this? The Memphis Grizzlies? I believe, was it the Memphis Grizzlies? No, it was the Minnesota T-Wolves. The Lakers beat them after coming down. They made a comeback and they won the game and they never looked back. Congratulations to the Lakers. They got a good win. But here's the funny thing about that. That same day, Kawhi Leonard went for 2 for 13. 12 points, wet the bed, choked, or underperformed. I didn't get time to cook on it, but I'm cooking on it now. All right? And they continue to lose. They lost another game today by the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram bust that ass. Brandon Ingram with Zion is a failed experiment that we want to see. Imagine if those two guys are healthy, how good they could possibly be. We're never going to know. Brandon Ingram is an all-star. Brandon Ingram and Zion will be 2 of the best duos in the NBA if they stay healthy. They got the nucleus right now to become a great basketball team. They got everything they need to become a good basketball team. They just got to stay on the court and play. They got the one crazy Pat Bev guy and Jose Alvarado, right? They got C.J. McCollum as a third scorer. They got son of Larry Nance Jr. They got everything. They just need to stay healthy.
Salute.
Salute, brother. What's up?
What's chicken and bacon? What's going on, man?
Man, chilling, man. All right, man. Yo. What you take from today's game with the Dallas Mavericks? I know you watched some NBA today.
What's going on? I mean, the Mavs had a quick start. They're up by 8 sharing the ball, but their interior defense was abysmal. Their perimeter defense was soft as Swiss cheese. Their offense died down the stretch of the game. I mean, Luka, Kyrie playing hero ball. Tim Hardaway, I know he's hit some shots here and there, but he was inconsistent at times. Jimmy Butler was a man amongst boys in this game, getting into the paint, using his size and his strength. I mean, another guy that was huge, Max Strus, was bombing threes from the corner, from the wing. Kevin Love turned back the clock in this game, though. Banging in the low block in the pinch post, stretching the floor. Even I thought Caleb Martin played well, getting to the hoop, playing hard-nosed defense, though. And that was it. Even Tyler Hero came alive in the second half, hit some big timely shots. And even Cody Zeller, we're not even talking about him. He had 20 points and 8 boards too. So I'm
gonna go on record to say this right now. I don't care what happens for the rest of the season. Dallas Mavericks is done. They're not making it.
Yeah, they're dead. It's over. I was wrong about this team, man. Emphatically wrong.
And remember when we talked, we said one team has to slide off. Well, the team that slide off is the Dallas Mavericks. That opens the door for the Lakers. So now the Lakers are to replace the Dallas Mavericks. They're the playoff team. I think the Lakers could go even more up.
I mean, it's a possibility, but it's not even just them. Even the Pelicans have a chance. I mean, the T-Wolves. I mean, I know the T-Wolves. I mean, I know they lost the last 2 games. And losing Nas Reed is big, but I know they had a tough loss to the Lakers, though, but they still have a shot. The Timberwolves. I mean, the Thunder, I thought OKC was going to turn things around. And even though they are an improved team, but losing to Indiana and Charlotte's been unacceptable. I was wrong. The Thunder have been improved, but I was wrong to this point. So I've been wrong a little bit, though.
Well,
But LA, the Lakers aren't getting better and better. But the West is going to be crazy, though. Even the Jazz still have a shot a little bit, though. The West is still crazy.
Oh, yeah. But how far are the Lakers away to be in the 6th seed? Because if they get that 6th seed,
they're a game back.
Okay, that's very realistic to get that. So there's a good chance that they could get that. If they get that 6th seed, they're officially out the play-in, right? So then that means they're officially a playoff team. So it won't matter no more.
They got the Rockets and Jazz coming up.
Oh, wow. They can't drop the ball. You got to beat both of those teams.
But you never know.
I know. They got to go back to back. You know, there's no excuse to be losing to the Rockets, man. You got to beat the Rockets.
True. And even they shouldn't lose to the Jazz neither, but who knows anything's possible. I mean, anything's possible. So
when do they play the Rockets, if you don't mind me asking?
Tomorrow.
Ooh, okay. That should be a win for the Lakers. If they lose that game tomorrow, there's no way you drop that opportunity in ball. So if they beat the Rockets tomorrow, they're the 6th seed, depending on.
No, they'll be a half game back. They'll be a half game back of 6.
Right.
This will be a half game back.
6 right now.
Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers could definitely drop that. The way they losing games, I think the Clippers may be a play-in.
And it's true. The Pelicans are only a half game back. Pelicans are surging. They won 7 out of 8. I mean, Pelicans are surging. Their defense is great. They have a nice mid-range game. They're athletic. They're quick. They're a great defensive team. I mean, they're surging. I mean, they won 2 in a row. I mean, they beat the Clippers 7 out of 8 times.
Wow.
Not only are the Clippers a half game back of 6, they're only a game behind Golden State for 5th.
Wow.
I mean, the Pelicans, excuse me. The Pelicans are a game behind the Warriors for 5th.
Yeah, Pelicans are dangerous, man. If Zion was on there, I think they'd be even better. You know,
in Alvarado, it's possible they probably would have been better, more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the probability of having Zion on the court will help you win games. I mean, it's Zion Williamson. We all seen how he performed when he was on the court. The guy was a walking double-double, man. He was definitely played like an elite all-star. You know, he's almost unstoppable in the paint. We seen what he does when he's in the paint. He's almost unstoppable. He's like baby Shaq out there. You know, so where you add that with Brandon Ingram, then you C.J. McCollum, man, they're deep.
Trey Murphy, Herb Jones,
they're deep, man.
Jonas Valanciunas, Larry Nance. I mean, Josh Richardson, Dyson Daniels.
So if the Lakers do make that 6th seed, they play against who? The Kings in the first round?
Yeah,
I think the Lakers want that. They will actually want that matchup, I think.
Well, you should. If you're the Lakers, that's your best bet. If you're the Lakers, that is your best bet though, because you don't want to be in the plane if you're the Lakers. So you rather play the Kings, yeah.
How you see that coming out? Your honest opinion in that. Who wins that?
Man, that is tough. That's tough.
Oh, by the way, April 5th, Battle of LA, Lakers and Clippers. That's a good one.
Ooh, good one. Potential battle for 5th or 6th, potentially. Man. Who do I think will win that situation? Lakers or Kings?
Yeah.
That's tough. I'll tell you my answer. I'll probably tell you my answer when the playoffs begin if that matchup happens. It's tough for me to pick, though.
It's hard, huh?
It's hard. You make it for either team. Yeah.
That's the thing about the West. It could go either way. There's like no clear-cut best team in the West, to be honest with you. It's like on whoever gets hot. You know, everybody got star power. Everybody got kind of deep. Who's going to just come out here on top, you know? So, yeah, man. It could go. I could see the Lakers getting out the first round if that's the case, but I think they're going to run into a problem if they run into the Phoenix Suns. I think the Phoenix Suns would be kryptonite for the Lakers. I think that's the main team that give them problems. If you ask me,
Right. Why was it they play? Why was it they play? Let's say okay. Why was it they play the Memphis Grizzlies? Let's say that because remember Steven Adams is still out there with a PCL, sprained his knee, and Brandon Clark hurt his Achilles. He's out for the year. Why was it they play the Grizzlies in the playoffs? The Lakers.
That could potentially go 7 games, even with those guys out, because the Memphis is deep. They play good. They got good chemistry. They play good team ball. I mean, they show they can win games even without John Morant. So you can't take a team like that lightly.
That's
that can win games without their best player. I mean, they got a winning record without their best player.
That's true, and they have shot rim protectors like Jaren Jackson. You have athleticism like Dylan Brooks, hard-nosed bloodhound defenders. You have Luke Kennard from a Clipper, that's from a Piston that's lining up the field. Adama that can stretch the floor. That's McBain, 3-and-D guy. You have Tyus Jones, one of the leaders in assist turnover ratio, is very smart, can hit the wing 3, can dish the rock, hard-nosed defender. Conchar. You have Roddy that can shoot the 3, could defend. Right. Tillman, stretch big. I mean, Zai Williams, athletic freak. They're very, very. I said Jaren Jackson can reject shots, can stretch the floor. They're very scary. Oh, man, yeah. I know we can't project, but if they were fully healthy, it is likely. I'm saying likely there would have been a potential. I'm not saying guaranteed. I'm saying potential NBA Finals start. The Grizzlies were healthy.
Oh no, that's not a stretch. If you say that, I don't think anybody should be calling you crazy for that. I just said that any team in the West could get hot. There's no true dominant team in the West, so anybody could get hot. There's not no overwhelming favorite.
I mean, holy hell, right? I mean, I'm not saying this will ever happen. I mean, holy heck, the OKC Thunder could have a freaking 9-9 Knicks type run, make the finals. I'm not saying what happened.
Yes, it's possible. It's possible because everybody's so much almost even. It's like even Steven so much, The only team that I think is at a little disadvantage is the Warriors because they don't got Andrew Wiggins. That's a big loss. You're going to need that perimeter defense and that double-digit scoring if you're going to win with the Warriors. You need that,
True. I mean, that is true. He is back in the Bay Area after being out for 6 weeks. He's missed the last 21 games now. So because of him being stuck in the cloud, prayers up to Wiggins, prayers up to him and his family. But like you said, they're gonna need Wiggins though. His defense, he can score in the paint, his mid-range shooting, off the bounce, his 3-ball. They're gonna need Wiggins. He was huge in the playoffs last year, especially in the finals. He was huge. His defense, athleticism, they're gonna need Wiggins though. I mean, what is helping the Warriors to have won 5 out of the last 6 games? So the Warriors are starting to turn on they're starting to burn on the engines a little bit though. So Golden State's starting to turn things. So they have won 5 out of the last 6 though. So they're starting to peak at the right time. So that's the thing there. But what team, in your opinion, do you think people are sleeping on going to the playoffs? I think the Kings are being slept on. You?
I can't say the Kings are being slipped on. I mean, they're going to have to, I guess, by default because it's the Kings. I mean, we didn't even thought they'd make the playoffs. So it's only wrong. Yeah, it's only natural that you're going to overlook them going into the playoffs because this is their first time. They're babies. So, a lot of people are going to overlook them, So, let's put it this way. Like, nobody's going to – I think the Lakers would be the favorite if they play against the Kings a little bit, just for the simple fact. You got an all-time great in LeBron. You got an all-time great in Anthony Davis. They're well-established. They've been to – the finals, they've been to deep playoff games. They got, they got a lot of history. So, I mean, a lot of people are naturally going to favor those guys.
Should have been to the playoffs. Yeah. Miller Beasley been to the playoffs. Russell been to the playoffs. Yeah. Vanderbilt. Yeah.
Speaking of a Russell, you score 38 one game. Then the next game, you lay the egg and you play like crap. Talk about the experience of Russell Westbrook, man. It's always up and down.
That's Rusty, man. I like Russell Westbrook. He has athleticism, quickness, and speed, but sometimes Russell Westbrook can have a brain a size of a Cheeto, man. I mean, he's too. I'm just gonna give him feedback. Right. Russ, you don't need to spend so much energy. It's okay to give energy a lot. That's great. You still need to chillax a little bit. You still need to get guys involved. Play. Yes, you need to play fast. We need to calm down, get into transition, and it's okay to take some mid-range shots, but don't take threes, man. You don't need to take threes, especially when it comes to. I know you can hit the corner three because that's his effective. He's effective at corner threes and dribble drives, but you don't need to take wing threes. Come on, man. Like. Come on, dude. And don't try to drive through double teams and traps. That is just stupid, man.
Okay, so the Miami Heat apply for the play-in. You think they make it? I think they do.
Yeah, they'll make the play-in. I think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah. I think they get in there. I don't know if they're going to get a number 7 for an 8th seed, but I think they'll get one of them.
7. I think they'll get 7. Well, here's the thing, right? They're a game and a half behind Brooklyn and 4 games behind New York. I mean, here's the thing, though, right? Do need a miracle to catch New York. New York will have to lose out and might have to win out, but that's not going to happen. And Brooklyn, for them to leapfrog Brooklyn, remember the Nets beat the Heat 3 times, so the Nets have the tiebreaker though. But the Nets have an easy schedule. They got the Jazz, T-Wolves, got to go to Detroit. They're home against the Magic. The Sixers might rest players the last day of the season, so the Nets might rest. The Nets might have an easy schedule coming up though. So, yeah, the Heat got the Pistons on the road. I'm sorry. The Heat got to go to Detroit. Miami has to go to Philly. Miami has to go to Washington, and then they're home against the Magic. So that's the Heat schedule. So if you're Miami, you just got to take care of business and hope like Brooklyn slides off. But if I would have to guess, I think Miami stays where they are and get the 7th seed, and Brooklyn stays at 6 and New York gets 5th. Yeah.
Who gets that dreaded 8? Will it be Toronto or who?
Atlanta, Chicago? It's either gonna be Atlanta, Toronto, or Chicago. If I had to choose, I think Toronto gets the 8th seed. Atlanta's too streaky for me. I think Toronto gets the 8th seed. I think Toronto. I got Toronto getting in. Yeah.
A lot of people telling me Atlanta's getting in there, but
I don't trust that team, man. Like the Hawks, I don't trust the Hawks. Like here's the thing: one, they're ass on the road, 16-23 on the road. Another thing to the kills me with the Hawks, man. They have no size. They don't guard the interior very well. They ball watch a lot. They don't swarm the perimeter. They play too much hero ball. Trey and Murray. Really more Trae Young do too much. They don't. And sometimes, man, why did they make DeJounte Murray a fucking shooter, man? It's just stupid. You know what made DeJounte Murray effective with the Spurs? Getting into transition with dunks, transition layups. They made him to a spot-up shooter. What the hell, man? And they made John Collins into a shooter. What the heck? Like they don't do lives with Capella as much anymore, man. The Hawks are just a mess, man. And I don't think if they play the Raptors, I don't know if they're going to beat the Raptors because Toronto, I know the Raptors are streaking themselves because of their offense, though. But I think that they would have played Toronto in a one-game situation. Toronto is physical. They have wing defense like Anunoby, Gary Trent. You can throw on Trae Young and Murray. You also have Boucher that can stretch the floor as a big. Same thing with Spicy P. And don't even be surprised if a guy like a Will Barton off the bench gets hot for the Raptors. So I think the Raptors get the AC, and I think the Hawks miss the playoffs.
All right, that's a good assessment, man. Now we did see our Knicks play against the Cavaliers. I'm not saying the Knicks going to beat them because it's a regular season game, but we got a good shot of beating them. I think we could go 7 games with that Cavaliers team.
I'll be honest with you, man. I was wrong about this Knicks team all year. I'm not. Look, do I think we're going deep in the playoffs? No, but you know what, man? I think we're beating the Cavs. I think we're beating the Cavs in the first round. If we get healthy, we need Julius Randle back.
How many games?
What?
How many games?
7. I think this might go 6 or 7 around that. If we get Randle back, we need Randle back. We're not beating them without Randle, so we need. I know we beat them last night, but we need a healthy Randle. But to be fair with Cleveland, they didn't have Jared Allen and Isaiah Okoro, so we got to be fair with both teams. Assuming both teams are fully healthy, I think New York beats Cleveland at 7 because here's why. Cleveland, both teams are great defensive teams, but Cleveland struggles in a half court, though. And if you can force the Cavs to turnovers and ball pressure Mitchell and Garland full court, you can beat them. And both teams are. And Cleveland's not a good 3-point shooter team. I know New York is kind of streaky from three, but we hit them more when it counts. And if you get Allen Mobley away from the paint, you can neutralize them, and we have a better bench. So I think the Knicks would beat the Cavs in 7, to be honest.
Oh yeah. See you later. You're right on that. But since y'all here, man, let's take a little time to give certain players their flowers, because we criticize a lot of players sometimes, rightfully so. Mm-hmm. But we got the Hall of Fame coming up, and Hall of Fame is not about criticizing; it's about giving people their flowers. So you got Dwayne Wade, you got Dirk Nowitzki, and you got Tony Parker and Paul Gasol. What's your thoughts on that Hall of Fame class?
They deserve it. They deserve it. I mean, they deserve it. I mean, they deserve it. Dwayne Wade, a top 3 shooting guard of all time, one of the best defensive shooting guards of all time, one of the most clutch shooting guards of all time, and he's also a very underrated playmaking shooting guard. I mean, 13-time All-Star. I mean, look at Dwayne Wade's career: 13-time All-Star, 3-time champ, 2006 Finals MVP. I mean, how can I like that? Look at Dirk Nowitzki's career: 2007 MVP, 14-time All-Star. I mean, 50, 40, 90 club in 07, 3-point champion. I mean, 4 first teams, 5 second teams, 3 third teams, best Dallas Mav of all time. By the way, D Wade, best Heat player of all time.
I think Luka you think Luka could catch him for number 1 or 2?
He can. Do I think he will? Can? Yes. Will? I don't know.
The jury's still out, but if he don't catch Dirk, he'll still be number 2.
Probably, yeah.
I think at least if he can't get Dirk, he will. If he doesn't, let's say he doesn't win the championship, he stay with that team for the rest of his career. He could be the second greatest Dallas Maverick of all time.
Right. Also, Pau Gasol. Look at Pau Gasol's Hall of Fame career. I mean, 2-time champ, 6 All-Star teams, 2 All-NBA second teams.
Big man. One of the most
skilled big man.
Yeah,
very skilled big man. Born in Spain. 2 All-NBA third teams, Rookie of the Year in 02, All-Rookie team, first team 02, EuroLeague second team in 01, 3 Liga ACB champ, Spanish King Cup winner in 01, won the Spanish King Cup MVP in 01, ACB Finals MVP in 01, 2-time FIBA Europe Player of the Year. Come on, 2-time Mr. Europea Player of the Year for Pau Gasol, 4-time USCAR Player of the Year. Come on, FIBA World Cup MVP, FIBA World Cup top scorer back in 2014, 2-time FIBA Eurobasket MVP, 3-time FIBA Eurobasket top scorer. This is Pau Gasol's resume. Like Pau Gasol's an all uber Hall of Famer, man.
All right. And last but not least, Tony Parker.
Come on, let's read Tony Parker's resume. Tony Parker, ooh la la, sacre bleu, wee wee. 4-time champ, NBA Finals MVP in 07, 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-Second Team, an NBA third team in 09, NBA Rookie Team 02, FIBA Eurobasket MVP in 2013, 2-time FIBA Eurobasket top scorer 2011 and 13, 2-time FIBA Europe Player of the Year, back-to-back 2013 and 14, 2-time US Star Award, 2-time Liquipe Champion of Champions, LNB All-Star, LNB All-Star, LNB Pro A Most Improved Player back in 01, Pro A Best Young Player in 01.
Nice. And last but not least, Greg Popovich. I think he's in there too, right?
Yeah, Pop's in there too. But yeah, we're just reading the resumes of our beloved, one of a kind,
all right,
players and coaches for people to know their resume. Yep.
Thank you, man. You killed that, man. You definitely killed. That was beautiful, man. That was fucking beautiful. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got Pop's resume. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Yeah. Before you get to Pop, I want to say the NBA and the CBA, they come with a deal, right? One of the new rules is you have to play 65 games or more to be eligible for awards, right? So that means if you're going to get Defensive Player of the Year, you're going to get an MVP. You have to play a maximum of 65 games.
I like that. I like that rule.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. So I if you played 55 games and you had a great season, you won't be eligible for an award. So I guess that's going to change a lot. That makes people play a little more. I don't know if they'll start taking advantage, playing 65 games out of their mind, then just take the rest of the season off. I hope they don't do that. But nevertheless, that's the new rule. So
Right. And speaking of new rule, well, Popovich has been ruling the NBA as coaching. Let's look at Pop. He started off in the Air Force from 73 to 79 as an assistant, then from 79 through 86 as an assistant coach from the Pomona Pitzer, then from 86 to 87 for an assistant for Kansas Jayhawks, then from 87 through 88 from Pomona Pitzer again, returned there. Then he was an assistant for the San Antonio Spurs from 88 through 92. Then he joined the Warriors from 92 to 94, which is shocking. Then he went to the Spurs again and then he became the real head coach from 96 all the way to now. And look at Pop. What's cracking second, everyone? Look at Pop's awesome resume. 5-time champ, 3-time coach of the year in 2003, 2012, 2014. 4-time NBA All-Star Game head coach, 3-time SCIAC champion, and he's voted as top 15 coaches in NBA history. Come on, man.
Right. Nah, that's what's up.
He also won a medal. One more thing, he also won a medal for representing the U.S., won the Olympic Games. He won. He was the head coach for the U.S. For 2020 in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. He was the assistant coach for the U.S. basketball team in the 2004 Athens Olympics, and he was the assistant coach for the U.S. team in the 2003 San Juan FIBA Americans Championship.
That's what's up. See you later, says Kawhi is shivering. Here's the funny part. If that rule took place this season, Kawhi would qualify because he played over 65 games already. So, it's not that hard for him to do. So now he could probably have a little chance of winning an MVP. That's something that on his resume that he needs, that he should have, because all the greats got at least an MVP on their resume. I'm talking about regular season MVP. It's big for an elite guy that's called the best player in the world. He was called the best player in the world more than once, a couple of times. So an MVP on his resume is something that he should have, so because all the greats got it. You mentioned it, from Kobe to Jordan, LeBron. I mean, the list goes on and on. Kareem, every all-time great got an MVP on their resume. You should strive for that. But now here comes the more harder dreaded Western Conference. So I had to drill you with this questions, G Money.
All right.
Who makes the 7th and 8th seed out of this? Now the Lakers are still in the play-in, so nothing has changed yet. So technically, as of right now, they still a play-in team. So who you think gets in out of the 4 remaining teams in the Western Conference for that?
Okay, so we need to go 7 and 8, right? Before I answer that, can we at least do 4 through 8, because 4 through 8 anything could happen too. It's so cluster. Let me bring up the standings to see what I'm talking about. Let me bring it up.
All right.
It's so clustered at this point.
I know. So it's a very hard, tricky thing to answer, because it's not by they're down by 4 games, 5 games. This is about a game and a half, 1 game. That's real close. Because if somebody gets a lead, they up 4 games, it's almost a wrap. It's going to be hard to come back down from 4 games. So if you're down by 4 games, that's a wrap. You're going to think that team is going to lose 4 games in a row. So, that's hard.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let me bring it up. Okay.
Okay. So you said 4 through 10, right? That's what you said?
4 through 10. Anyone goes to 4 through 12, yeah, because Utah's still alive in this. Yeah. You see?
Yeah, I see it. Yep, I see it.
Okay. What the hell's going on? Okay, my fault. Sorry.
No.
Okay. If I had to guess, I think Phoenix stays where they are for.
Right.
Let me see. Golden State got Denver. I know their schedule. Golden State got Denver, Oklahoma City at home, Sacramento on the road, and Portland. I think they lose to Denver, beat OKC, lose to Sacramento, beat Portland. So that's 2-2. So that's 43 and 39. Okay.
Wow.
The Clippers got the Lakers, the Blazers, and the Suns. Okay. Let me make a guess. The Lakers game. Let me see. The Lakers are going to be in the back-to-back. Consider that, because they're going to be in Utah on Tuesday. Consider that.
Oh, that's a bad thing for the Lakers. Back-to-backs. Usually, Anthony Davis don't want to play them. LeBron James don't like playing back-to-backs neither. So that's problematic for the Lakers.
I'm gonna give that to the Clippers. I think Clippers might win that. I think the Clippers win that. I think the Clippers beat the Blazers. Come on.
Right.
The Suns get tricky. It depends what the Suns do. All right. Shoot. It depends what the Suns do. Because don't forget, that could be a battle for home court advantage. That could be a battle for a first round preview.
Yeah. It's potentially G Money that Minnesota and OKC could knock off New Orleans and the Lakers.
It's possibility. If I had to guess, looking at the Clippers, I'm going to say I think they go 2-1. I think they lose to the Suns the last day of the season. I'm going to say 2-1. The Clippers go 43 and 39. So yeah, so I think they go 2-1. So I think the Clippers still there. But let's look at the Pelicans. I know their schedule off the rip. They got the Kings. That's a loss. They got the Grizzlies. I have a weird feeling they win that. They got the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to be locking that 5th seed, and I think New York might rest players. I have a feeling. So I think the Pelicans win that. So that's 2.
Right.
And they got the Timberwolves. I think they lose that. So I'm going to say 2-2. So I say they go 42 and 40. Okay. Then they got the Lakers. Then we got the Lakers, right? They'll kill the Rockets. They'll win that game. They'll kill the Jazz. That's 2. I picked them to lose to the Clippers.
Right.
I don't think they'll beat the Suns. I think the Suns gonna be playing for something.
Right.
Then they got after the Suns. Then they got the Jazz. They'll beat the Jazz. So that's what 3-2. So that's 42 and 40. Okay, so I think they go 42 and 40. Then the T-Wolves. Let me check Minnesota's. Let me check the T-Wolves schedule.
It revolves around the Clippers. If you think about it, the Clippers have to move down in order for the Lakers to even get, or Lakers order the Pelicans to get a number 6 seed.
True. And, all right, and the T-Wolves schedule. They got the home against the Blazers. They'll win that. At Brooklyn, I think they lose. At San Antonio, they'll win that. And home against the Pelicans, I think they'll win that. So that's 3-1 for the Timberwolves. That's 42 and 40. So, and remember, the T-Wolves won the season series against the Lakers. So that means that. So let's see. So I got the Warriors going. The Suns will be at 4, in my opinion, staying there. So I got the Warriors staying at 5. I got the Clippers staying at 6. I got the Pelicans going. Yeah.
If you got the Clippers staying at 6, then that means that playing has to be that same exact way, then, right? Or it's just because
it might flip. It might flip though, because it's a playing. It might flip because anything can happen. I'm just talking about record and see who's gonna get who. So.
Right, I mean, but you got the Clippers staying at 6.
So I got Clippers staying at 6. Yeah.
None of this is going to be possible unless the Clippers go down. So if the Clippers stay,
I don't see the Clippers going down. I don't see it though. Their schedule's not that bad. I don't see it though. So
So that means the Lakers gotta be in the play-in. Then that's their only hope.
I think they'll stay in the plane. I think they'll stay there. I think they'll stay there. And the Pelicans, their schedule's not as bad as people make it out to be. And I got the Pelicans going 2-2. So I got the Pelicans going 2-2. I got the Lakers going 3-2. So I got the Lakers going 3-2. So I got the T-Wolves going, and I got the Timberwolves. If you saw the schedule, they're going to beat the Blazers, they'll beat the Spurs, and I think they'll beat the Pelicans. I got them going 3-1. So I got Minnesota going 42-40, LA going 42-40. But remember, I got the Wolves higher because the Wolves beat the Lakers twice. They won the season series.
Right.
So I think
the Lakers got. How many remaining games the Lakers got, by the way?
5.
They got to win all five of those games.
They need to. Then you got the Thunder. I know OKC schedule. I mean, they got the Suns tomorrow. That's a loss.
Right.
They got to go to Golden State. That's a loss. Let me see. Yeah. I know they have Memphis last day of the season. Let me see. Yeah, the last week. The home against Phoenix. That's a loss. At Golden State. That's a loss.
Right.
At Utah, they'll win that. And I think Memphis is going to rest players. I think they'll win that. So I got OKC going 40-42. So I got OKC going 40-42. If you want to put Dallas in there, let's throw the Mavericks in there.
I think Dallas are done, though, man. They're done.
I know, but let's say they make the play-in. Let's say they make the play-in, though, at least.
All right.
So what's your guess? At Atlanta, what's your guess?
Oh my God! At this rate, they just don't play good basketball, man. I mean, I won't be surprised if Atlanta beat them.
Okay. Well, just want to throw it out there. If the Mavericks and Thunder have the same exact record, the Thunder win the season series because they beat them twice.
Right. I think the Mavericks could beat the Bulls and the Spurs. That's their best 2 wins. I think they're going to lose. They're going to go 2-2.
2-2, so they go 39-43. Okay, so they just missed the play-in. Okay.
So regardless of what happens, they're done. I don't think they're making it. And
okay.
then let's look at the Jazz. This may be the 7-10 may be the final teams. I don't think there's going to be any more changes after this.
Sure. If you want to throw the Jazz, because anything could happen. All right, what's your guess with the Jazz? If you look at their schedule.
Oh, Brooklyn's a toss-up, man.
Brooklyn's playing well as of late.
Yeah, I mean, I say they lose to Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn's they got more to play for. So they lose to Brooklyn. They got to lose to the Lakers because the Lakers, they need it. Mm-hmm. OKC, I think OKC beats them. Denver beats them, and maybe they beat the Lakers this time. So maybe they get one win over the Lakers.
All right, so 37-45. Okay. Okay, so reverse. Okay, so okay then. So let's see. But here's the thing, though. Well, we can agree. Well, here's the thing, though. In my scenario, the Thunder stay where they are. But I think the T-Wolves and the Lakers will flip-flop, though.
Okay.
So,
but that still don't change the fact that those are the final 4 teams.
Pretty much, yeah.
The Jazz and Dallas. Let's just be honest. I mean, there's a very low chance of them. I mean, that's done. It's almost over.
Their virtue done is over.
And so I mean that's our final 4 teams that we got to compete to. So the play-in was the start. Who plays against who? How does this go about?
Well, in my scenario, it will probably be. Well, if in my scenario, if the Pelicans were to, in my scenario. Well, let's see. I got the Pelicans going 2-2, which will be 42-40. But I have the Lakers going 3-2, which will be 42-40. Oh shit! Oh, my fault. This is so confusing. Sorry, everybody. Shit.
No, okay. But who will do the 7th seed play the 10th and the 8th play?
No. 7 plays 8, 9 plays 10.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be Lakers versus Pelicans for the play-in, the final 4, and the other team, right?
Give me some time. I'm checking the Wolves Pelicans season series matchup though, because here's the thing: I got the Pelicans going 42-40 though to end the season though, because I think they lose to Minnesota the last day of the season though. So I'm checking the season series though. Because I know the Lakers beat them 3 times, though. I know that. And I know the Wolves beat the Lakers twice, which gives the Wolves the upper hand. I know that.
Right.
So that means that the Wolves will have a higher seed than the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me some time, please, though. I'm sorry, everybody. This is so confusing.
No problem. Yeah, bro, why are you doing that? What do you think of the Celtics beating the Milwaukee Bucks? I mean, yeah, it's a blowout, but that doesn't mean like they're going to do that every time they play the Bucks. It's going to be a long series. Everybody
It'll be competitive. It'll be competitive, yeah.
Yeah, everybody act like they're going to do that every single game in the postseason. I mean, that's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah, the season series is tied at 1 game apiece between the Wolves and the Pelicans. Okay. So that the winner of that game is going to determine who's going to get a higher seed. Okay, so I got the Wolves winning that. So that means that I got the Wolves getting the 7th seed, and then I got the Pelicans dropping to 9, and that means I got the Lakers getting the 8. Okay.
Okay, so out of those 4 teams, what 2 teams you like to see make the postseason?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing anyone make the playoffs, but if I had to choose who I'd rather see get in, I wouldn't mind seeing the Pelicans get in. I wouldn't mind seeing them get healthy. And call me crazy, I wouldn't mind seeing the Thunder get in. I wouldn't mind. I mean, SGA.
This is going to be one of my worst nightmares then.
Josh Giddey, surprise team. I wouldn't mind seeing them. Again, I don't mind who gets in, but I wouldn't mind seeing a young OKC team get in with Josh Giddey, SGA, Lou Dort. I mean, Isaiah Joe. I know you'll have your bag over your head watching OKC in the postseason, but I wouldn't mind seeing them.
Yeah, but look, I have to pick between Minnesota and the Thunder. I didn't really want neither one of them in the postseason, but if I had to take a pick, you put my back against the wall, I'm gonna take Minnesota. I'd rather see Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns because they're more entertaining for me.
And Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley, yeah.
Yeah, so I
and Alexander Walker and Cal Anderson.
I take the Lakers and Minnesota.
Okay, so Minnesota and the LA Lakers, right, for 1 game.
No, for the
7-8 game.
Well, but hold on for a minute. If the 7th seed plays the 8th seed, then
but this is my scenario because here's the thing, right? I got all 3 going 42 and 40. Here's the thing, right? The T-Wolves beat in my scenario. If the T-Wolves, Lakers, and Pelicans all have the same record, that would involve Minnesota beating New Orleans the last day of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Remember, the Pelicans and the Timberwolves are tied at 1 game apiece. The game next Sunday determines who wins the season series.
Right.
It's only 3 game head-to-head, 3 game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Pete?
Yeah.
So and also the Lakers beat the Pelicans 3 times already. So I got the Lakers going 3-2.
Okay, so
I got LA going 3-2.
In order for Lakers to make the postseason, they have to win just 1 game in the play-in, right?
Yeah. If they stay where they are, yeah.
Okay.
They gotta stay 7 or 8 to win 1 game. They need to. If they fall 9 or 10, they will need to win twice, which you don't want to do. So yeah.
Okay. So Minnesota and
LA,
OKC. Minnesota and OKC has to win twice right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Gotcha.
How about this? Let's just do right now. Let's just not confuse ourselves. Let's just do right now. Let's just say right now, okay?
Okay.
If I had to do it right now, and this is just right now, I would say Minnesota would beat OKC right now. I think Minnesota would beat OKC. I have a weird feeling that New Orleans, if you're talking about a 1 game situation, I have a feeling the Pelicans might beat the Lakers in a 1 game situation. Right. I mean, athleticism, quickness, speed. Ingram might eat against the Lakers. And don't sleep on Trey Murphy to have a big game. And remember, Zion and Alvarado might come back. They're not done. They might come back.
Explain this to me, though. The 7th AC play, right? If one team loses, do the other team still have a chance to make the postseason? They have to beat.
Yep. Yeah.
They have to beat the 9. So it's realistically to think that the Pelicans and the Lakers both could make the postseason, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
The winner, the loser.
Teams I want to see then.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. The 7 or 8 loser. The 7-8 loser play the winner of 9 or 10 to play for the 8th seed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Right. If it were to come to that, yeah. So if you're talking a 1-game scenario, I got the Pelicans in a 1-game scenario against the Lakers because of quickness, speed. The Lakers are athletic themselves, but they don't guard the interior. They don't have a big. Valanciunas can score in the low post, and he can stretch the floor. Larry Nance can fly, and also consider this too.
I think the Pelicans and Lakers both make it. I think Minnesota and OKC won't make the playoffs.
OKC, I don't think they're getting in either. Minnesota's a bad matchup for OKC though. Minnesota's too big for Oklahoma City though, and I just think Minnesota's too deep though. I mean, losing Nas Reed is going to hurt.
Right.
Losing Nas Reed is going to hurt Minnesota.
I think the Lakers beat the Pelicans. They become the 7th seed. And I think the Pelicans beat Minnesota. They become the 8th seed.
Possible. I got the Pelicans beating the Lakers as the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
If it would have stayed the same.
Right.
And then you have a 1-game scenario. And this is in Staples Center. Holy hell, man.
Losing that. Lakers beating both of those teams. They already beat Minnesota. They proved they could beat Minnesota.
I will say this: if it stays the same right now, the Lakers would beat the Wolves. If it stayed the same right now,
right?
To me, if the Lakers get home court advantage, though, if the Lakers get the home court advantage, they would beat the Wolves. I know they beat Minnesota on the road, but if they had to go to Target Center for 1 game, they might lose. So I think if you talk about right now, they would beat Minnesota if they're at home. You know,
right.
But if they had to go to Target Center, I think they would lose, you know?
Right. All right, so
yeah.
All right, so I got Pelicans and Lakers. Who you got out of those 4 teams?
As of right now, right now, Pelicans and Lakers, as of right now, yeah.
Yeah, so we both agree on that. That's going to be most likely the 4 last teams. I'm telling you. It just look, the last 3 teams is already eliminated. We both agree that it's highly unlikely Dallas and Utah. Let's just go with the probability. It's a 90% chance that they won't make it. So let's just stick with those last 4 teams.
Yeah.
And I'm going with the New Orleans and Lakers. I think we agree on that.
Agreed.
So now we could go to the East and let's break them down.
Well, the East, I'm gonna make this quick, quick, easy peasy, cheesy wheezy. Look. Miami's getting the 7th seed. Miami's not missing the playoffs, and I think Toronto gets the 8th seed, and I think Toronto makes the playoffs. So
that easy.
Come on, man. Atlanta's too inconsistent for me, man. Like, come on,
the Bulls
are
inconsistent too. So,
excuse me.
The Bulls are too inconsistent as well. So
that's true, though. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. The Hawks. I agree. The Bulls, man. I know the Bulls, man, like they have. I know they play a little bit better since the All-Star break, but my problem with the Bulls, they have no real rebounding. They have no real shot creators other than Levine and DeRozan, and also the fact that I just don't see the Bulls, generating enough points. In the half court, and also with Chicago, they have no bench.
Right.
No, I didn't. I said other than AD. Hepatitis. I said other than AD. I said other than AD, they don't have a big man. Other than AD.
Right.
That's why I said hepatitis. I said other than AD, they don't have a big man. Pelicans have, and remember, Zion might be back though. The Pelicans have. I know Valanciunas is slow, and I know AD is playing marvelous ball, but sometimes AD doesn't take advantage of his opportunities. It's true sometimes. I'm not trying to bash the guy, but it's fact.
G-Money, your screen disappeared again. I don't know why you keep going back.
I don't know why.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, man, the East is so easy. This is definitely easy to figure out. I gotta agree with you on that. I think Toronto versus what? Who they gonna be playing against in that? Can you go back?
Hepatitis, when is Bamba coming back? Do you understand Bamba's been out for a while, right? You do understand that. Like, he's gonna be rusty as hell, right? Like the dude's been out for like a month, like got like more than a month. Like he's okay, but he's been injured, man. Like it's gonna take him time to adjust.
Who's the first seed?
Floor. Yeah, man.
Who's the first seed in the East?
Milwaukee, the Bucks.
Oh, that's right. So it's Milwaukee playing against Toronto, perhaps.
Yeah, in my scenario, yes.
I think Milwaukee beat Toronto in 5 games.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Give them 1 game. I mean, no disrespect to Toronto, but come on, man. I mean, so yeah. And let's see, Boston. Boston will be facing most like Miami.
Miami. That could go 7 games. That might go
7 games. Yeah.
I'm going Boston though. I think the Celtics have a better offense. Both teams are great defenses, but the Celtics have too much shot creation, a better bench, a better playmaking. I got Celtics in 7.
He replied back to you, G Money, about Mobama.
Well, if he sits down, then who's gonna go? If he sits down, he'll help a little bit, but don't forget the Pelicans are fast. Trey Murphy can stretch the floor. And he can get into the passing lanes. Herb Jones can stretch when he get into the passing lanes. Alvarado might be back soon. He can give Russell a hard time. Do you think of that though? Zion might be back soon. Ingram can give guys a hard time, and he's a good face-up defender. Even don't sleep on CJ McCollum. He can cook in the post. He can cook in the face-up jump shot. Think about that. So, I don't know, man. 1 game, anything could happen 1 game. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to be – I think the East is going to be easy to figure out, man.
And don't forget Josh Richardson, too. Josh Richardson can score off the bench, and he's a good defender. And Dyson Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Vanderbilt had Ingram and handcuffs, but that's 1 game, though. But in the play-in, all that goes out the window. All that goes out the window. 1 game in the play-in.
That's like – the play-in reminds me of, like, college basketball. It's, like, really, really important, and they play real hard. It's playoff intense basketball for just 1 game.
Exactly. Like, okay, one time RJ Barrett shut down Jimmy Butler. What did that mean? The following game, Butler had like a 30-piece on RJ in Miami. So what did that mean? Nothing. You know what I mean? Like anyone.
But you got the Pelicans winning that game.
Yeah. I think they get in. I think they're making us the 7th seed. I think they're getting in.
So in that scenario, that means the Lakers will have to play Denver.
Yeah, they gotta get the 8th seed. If the Lakers fall to 9 or 10, they're not winning twice. If they stay at the 8, they'll make the playoffs.
Right.
Because I don't think the Thunder beat the Lakers. I don't see the T-Wolves or the Thunder winning in Staples Center. I just don't. I just don't see that. I don't think that would happen. No.
Oh yeah.
If the Lakers, you know what I mean? I don't think that would happen though. So.
Oh yeah, man. So
especially with the Wolves losing Naz Reid, they can stretch the floor. That's gonna be tough. And the Thunder, they are a feisty team, but sometimes they struggle in close games, and they're a streaky 3-point shooter team, and they don't have much depth. That's gonna be a problem if you're OKC, and they don't have a big.
Facts. You know what I mean, it should be interesting, man. But I may have to disagree with you on that. I think the Lakers get the 7th seed if in that scenario. I think they could beat. I mean,
they could. I mean, any team could beat anyone. I mean, I give them a chance. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I never said the Pels are going to blow the Lakers out. I just think that in a 1-game scenario, right. I mean, it may feel like a, half-court type game. The Pelicans can thrive in a half-court type game,
Yeah, of course. Okay, I put it this way. If Zion comes back, it's going to be problematic.
And Alvarado, too. Don't forget Alvarado.
It'd be problematic if those boys come back. You know what I mean? Because keep in mind, the Lakers did beat the Pelicans, but I think they beat the Pelicans a lot when Zion wasn't even playing. And they, so it's a different scenario. But nevertheless, a win's a win, of course.
True. A win's a win. You got to give him credit, yeah.
But, it speaks different volumes when you have your full team, of course. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's up.
Right. But 7 or 8, I'm going to make this quick and easy. Come on. The Heat are getting the 7th seed. The Raptors, I think Toronto will get the 8th seed. Raptors get 8.
Would you be shocked if the Bulls beat Toronto though?
No, I will not be shocked. Raptors been up and down all year. No. No.
Do you see the Washington or the Indiana creeping in there, or that's a wrap?
No. Do they have a chance? Yes. Will they get in? No.
Yeah, see, they're too far behind.
Same thing with Orlando. Orlando still has a shot, but they're not getting in either.
Yeah, but they're look how far behind they are, bro. They
doing a miracle.
Yeah, man, they got 44 losses. A lot of teams will have to lose a lot of games, and they will have to win a lot of games just to even
get in. They have to win now, and the teams will have to choke. They have to lose out, yeah. So, I just don't see it, though, because just think about it. If the Hawks, Raptors, think about this. If the Hawks, Raptors win their next games and the Wizards lose, that eliminates the Pacers, Magic out of the race. And I think if the Bulls win the next year, I think that eliminates the Magic out of the race. I think so. Okay. I think so. So give me some time, please. Let me check though. I know. Shoot, the Magic beat the Bulls twice. Okay, so Orlando beat Chicago twice. So if Orlando loses their next game, Chicago wins their next game, then Chicago's safe though for the most part. So, but you know what? Orlando's done. Indiana's done. Washington's done at this point. So pretty much the plane is set for the East and the West at this point. But if we had to go Boston, Miami, I got Boston in 7 over Miami. Philly, Brooklyn, Philly in like 5.
Okay. Philly in 5.
Yeah, maybe 6. It might go 6. I just don't think the Nets have the big man to handle Embiid. They have the quickness and speed, but here's the thing: the Nets can get a little bit turnover happy in close games sometimes. And I know Mikal Bridges has balled out, and Dinwiddie and Cam Johnson at times. But here's the thing: sometimes Bridges can be up and down the playoffs. Same thing with Cam Johnson and Dinwiddie. Who's gonna be a go-to guy down the stretch of games for the Nets? Though that's gonna be a problem. And then Joe Harris, man, I love Joe Harris in the regular season. Is he gonna hit shots in the playoffs? That's my concern.
Hell yeah. But yeah, man, hey, we did a good job today. We just broke all of this down. I'll be back on tomorrow live for a game, actually. You know, if we have more people, because a lot of people are going to be coming for an actual live game. You know, this was just to break down the seeding because a lot happened within the last few days. We're getting to the nitty gritty. And this was pretty cool, man. This was like me interviewing you, you know. That's what this felt like, you know. And, you know, I got a little good piece of I guess get to see where your mind is at and what's your take on a lot of these situations. One last thing. What did you thought about Drew Holiday's 50-piece? That took place this week.
Oh, he was marvelous against the Pacers, man. I mean, step back 3, fadeaways, driving to the hole, post-ups. He was a beast. And not just that, defense too. He was just a monster, man.
Yeah, he's definitely a good defensive guard, which a lot of people seem to overlook sometimes. I don't think nobody talk about it too much. He's pretty good for, you know, he's a good defensive guard. You know,
and a good playmaker too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he's definitely a solid player. And he's going to be very needed for the Milwaukee success if they're going to get to the finals this year.
Agreed.
Especially this is the Giannis Antetokounmpo era. Yeah, I say he's the best player in the world. It's been since last year, right? So this is the Giannis era. Let's see what he do with it. You know, he got a good team. He got a shot to go to the NBA Finals again. Let's see if he could go 2-0 in the NBA Finals. So we're about to find out if he could do that. But nevertheless, man, salute to you, G Money. Salute to Hepatitis. See you later. Salute to everybody. All right. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I mean, I always do live streams on the weekends. That's the best time to do it because a lot of, you know, it's more fun to do it on the weekend. So,
and have a happy April Fool's Day, everyone.
Yeah, happy April Fool's Day, man. Y'all have a good one out there. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Yeah, man.
That was good coverage. See, I like having people come on. They break down everything that happened. We don't go overboard. We don't talk about the same thing over and over again. Be on for 3 hours talking about the same thing. We get the topic down. We express our opinions, and we keep it moving. We don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again. That's how you do a good live stream. You know, don't let it get redundant. And you're on. I see some people be like on live 6 hours, man. Like, who the fuck is going to be talking for 6 hours on the same topic? Motherfuckers falling asleep, yawning. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I just get that because I go on a lot of live streams to talk about movies, or I see other people talk about movies. They falling asleep as we talking about movies because it's so long. Nobody got 6 hours to give to be on a damn live stream, okay? Unless you're putting up some money, I am not staying on live stream for no damn 6 hours. Yeah, that must be crazy. Yeah. Oh, really? People actually do that? They talk about LeBron for 6 hours? If you want me to talk about LeBron for 6 hours, you got to give me some money. There's no way I'm talking about no LeBron James for 6 hours. I don't even have enough material to be talking about LeBron for 6 hours. Who the fuck does that? Are you out of your fucking mind? I can't talk about nobody for 6 hours. You know, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's more annoying, G Money. That's more annoying than me being on the train. I was on the train today, and 2 guys sat next to me. They must have put a whole bottle of cologne. All right. The cologne was so strong. They must have ripped the bottle open, drenched themselves in cologne. Who the fuck walks around with a whole bottle of cologne on your body, bro? You know, it's hot as hell outside. It's 60 degrees weather. Hot as fuck. And you smelling like sweat mixed with flowers. Who does that in this crazy world? Who does that? Nobody in the world got enough basketball points to be talking about for 6 hours on one player. You can't get your points about LeBron James in an hour? You mean to tell me an hour is not good enough to get everything you need to say about him? Rather it's criticism or praise? You need 6 hours? 6 fucking hours? My God. Anyway, man, that was my little rant right there. I just had to go on it. You know, I'm out. I see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.